So recently I've been coming across this thing called zines. It's basically where you create a personalized magazine or envelope. It kind of looks like a birthday card, but you make it by hand and it can be filled up with anything you want. I remember making these as kids with my friends and with my siblings for birthday cards and Christmas gifts, but I never knew it came or had a different name. It just so happens that it is my sister's birthday today too, so I think it will be a perfect opportunity for you guys to come along with me as I try out and I make zines for like the first time in forever and try to do it the way how they teach us how to do it, because I had my own way, but we'll see which way is better. So I've already kind of started to make my zine. This one is for my sister, so I don't think I'm going to include the whole process of making this, just because I don't want to have the whole process of a birthday gift I'm giving one of my family members on YouTube. So this is the front page of it though. There is 1, 2, 3, 4. There's 4 pages in here, including the front and back, so really only 2 pages in the inside. And then there's ways that you can make smaller versions as well, which I'm gonna show you guys how to make these, and we're gonna do it together. Getting straight into the video, if you guys want to make a zine along with me, I'm going to show you guys how to do it. It's pretty simple and it's pretty versatile, so you can do whatever you want. The first thing you're going to need is a blank sheet of paper. Then you're going to need some other paper where it has some designs that you like that you're going to add to your zine. It's like a scrapbook, so as long as you keep your mind in that, you'll do pretty well. Also, you're going to need glue and scissors. You can switch out the glue with tape if you want, but I personally used a glue stick. And now that we gathered our ingredients, I'm going to tell you guys straight from the start, I have messed up making this 2 or 3 times. I've already tried to do this and I messed up, so you guys pay attention. So here's my first zine. It's like loosey-goosey. But I think I did it the right way. I'm going to try again and I'm going to do it the way how I grew up doing it. So we take a sheet of paper like this and I fold it in half. Corner to corner. Make sure you don't mess it up. Then we slide. Boom. Just like this. Then I just fold it in half. Like that. And it could be this size. I usually made it this size and I just did that with a whole bunch of papers. And then this was your book. But you would only have 2. So I kind of get what they're saying. But then this is smaller than this one. So if I wanted to make it this size, I can just fold it in half again. Boom. Just like that. So here's the one that I guess that they teach you how to make, or like all the zines people, magazine, cool kids are doing, is this way. But I used to do it this way. But I kind of get it because there's only 2 pages. So that makes sense. Because it's just thicker instead of having 8. So I'm going to try to do it what they said. So what you do is you have it a full page, fold it one time so it can look like this, then fold it another time so you can look like this. Then we do it again. Boom. Okay? This is how it looks. Okay? Then we unfold it. And then we cut it in the middle. So on the folded side, right here, we cut it in the middle. And then we open it. Yes, this is what we want! Like this. From this, we fold it like that. Match the sides. Make sure it's straight. And then you have your hole right here. You kind of match it like this. And then there we go. It did it. 1. So this is the cover. This first page. Second page. 3rd, 4th, 5th, 6th. Cool. Little notebook. And then here's this one. I accidentally cut the sides and stuff. Okay. Now we have our mini little zines. Okay. Now it's time to decorate. And I'm also going to be doing these. So guys, at first I wasn't even planning to record or make this video, but since like I told you guys at the beginning of this video and my short you most likely watched, it was my sister's birthday, and I want to record my first experience of creating a Zine because it's not something I see very often on YouTube. I feel like it's a niche thing, so like if you're into it, you're into it. And for me personally, it just opens up the creativity and like craftsmanship, I guess, from when I was very young, which I love so much because I feel like a lot of us are wanting to like find that authenticity that we had when we were kids of like, you know, making things by hand for those you love and taking the time to do things. What most modern day people would say old stuff. At least I am. That's why I was so happy that you guys are also hyped about me kind of going back in time and wanting to draw old school characters from TV shows like Fancy Nancy, Magic School Bus, Chloe's Closet, Franklin, stuff like that. And I'm just really excited that you guys are hyped about that. Fancy Nancy won, which I was rooting for because I wanted to do that so bad. So if you guys are expecting this video to be that, I hope you're not too disappointed, and don't worry, I'm not forgetting about that. That's a series I really want to start on my YouTube channel again. So if all things go according to plan, you guys will be seeing this video on Thursday or Friday, and you guys will get the Fancy Nancy video next week. Anyway, like I told you guys in the beginning, I wasn't going to show my whole process of me creating this birthday card, but if you guys want to see a little bit more of it, I did upload a short on my YouTube channel and on Instagram. For today's video, I'm planning to make 3 or 2 different zines. The first one I spent so long on, and I think it was because I didn't have a plan. Usually when I create art, I kind of just like to jump into things and kind of just figure it out on my way. Scratch that. I kind of did have a plan, but it wasn't planned out enough. I had an idea of what I wanted the zine to capture, like a feeling I wanted it to portray, but I didn't think out every single page. I just kind of went with the flow, and I think that's maybe part of the reason why I don't completely like it. I believe the concept is there, but the execution of the concept I didn't quite serve. I feel like it's mid. So let me try to explain to you what was my mindset and what was the feeling I was trying to portray when creating this scene. So as you guys know, and as I already told you guys, I am going down memory lane of nostalgia and wanting to share that feeling of childlike curiosity and the innocency and authenticness of childhood, and you know, just creativity and imaginativeness. That's what I wanted to really portray in this zine. And one of my beliefs is that I think everybody should have a childlike mindset at times. Like, you want to be innocent like a child, or have a level of it. So with that being said, I kind of wanted to share a little bit of my childhood because I have a lot of younger siblings, so I kind of like relive my childhood through them every time there's another one. And I mean that in the best way possible, because then I get to share with them my childhood TV shows I used to watch, and it's just great. Honestly, it's just great. So the first page of the zine, I made a spread full of my stuffed animals on my bed of all different sizes, of different animals and creatures. And you know what? I love that for me. I feel like stuffed animals are cool, and I love my stuffed animals. And yes, that is how my bed looks. You guys probably have seen it in previous videos, but I have a full bed of stuffed animals. I think because I'm turning 18, I'm kind of getting into my feels, and I'm like, this chapter of my life is beginning to close because I'm stepping into like young adulthood. So yeah, that's what the zine is about. I'm gonna stop explaining because I kind of want it to be left up to your own interpretation of how you feel when you see it. Whoa, this video is getting kind of deep, and this is not supposed to be like this, but anyway, that's the vibes I wanted. I kind of wanted to pay this zine to like childhood and girlhood and growing up and getting older. So every page in the Zine is kind of like childish, or like the way, like it's kind of like the view of the world through a child's eyes, you know what I mean? Like how it's so colorful and how kids are just so bright and they see the world differently than adults. And I feel like we as we get older, we want to keep that innocence and that naivety per se of like not seeing the world as so
negative and like work-minded, but to remember to like have fun,
you know, like innocence. You know, you want to keep that lightness, the lightness that kids have. I kind of wanted to portray that in this sign.
I know I just said I will stop explaining, but guys, I'm a little long-winded. Can you tell? Can you tell I like talking? Can you tell I enjoy what I'm doing when I do my YouTube videos and stuff like that? But yeah, guys, I'm so passionate about this topic, and maybe I could talk more about it in my next video if you guys are actually interested and still here watching and listening to me ramble on about this. But here is the final product of my first Zine. I was kind of hating on it, but it's been a day or two and I actually like it. I think it's cute. Moving on to my next zine, I wanted to make a zine inspired by Crayola. I knew I wanted to do something with crayon boxes or marker boxes. I wasn't quite sure what I was going to do in the beginning, but I knew I wanted to do something colorful. So, you know, brainstorming, messing with stuff as I normally do, cutting up boxes, finding cool things that I could possibly add to my zine, and I decided to make a zine with each page being a color of the rainbow. So red, orange, yellow, green, blue, purple. I might throw like indigo or violet in there, I don't really know. So that's what I decided to do. I was gonna try to keep the crayon box in the experiment or in this zine, but I wasn't really sure how to. It kind of looked like a binder, but I wasn't sure how I could add like the binder clips to it so I can like run with that idea. I think it's a cool idea. I'm just not sure how to execute it correctly. Anyway, on the first page, I wanted the cover to be good, so I started the rainbow on the first page. And can you guess what it is? Everybody knows the first color of the rainbow is red, so I decided to draw a heart.
Give yourself a round of applause if you guessed correctly.
And I was looking at a reference as I was doing this. Obviously, it was an artist's drawing. Although I'm not really sensitive to like that kind of stuff, I wasn't really trying to look up actual heart because no. So I just kind of took inspiration from an artist drawing and then other artists drawings. And I colored the background of it red. I was low-key kind of deciding whether or not I should do this because I wasn't sure if it would be too much. And after I colored the background in, I kind of didn't like it, so I just ended up coloring over the heart itself. Yeah, I ended up coloring over the heart itself. I had faith though. I knew this drawing wasn't messed up because all I had to do was just ink the heart. Although I didn't get to record my process of doing that just because I thought this video would be too long and maybe you guys wouldn't want to see it. I don't know. Throughout this part of me making my second zine, the clips and the jumps between the sketch per se and the final illustration or the finished page of the zine is very drastic because I have to do 6 of these little pages, and believe it or not, doing zines takes a long time. You may think they take kind of a long time, especially if you're like me and you like, wow, this is like the next greatest thing I'm gonna make. I have to make this good, and this is like a little book, so if I want to make a book, it's like, yeah. Anyway, that was the first page, and the second page of the zine, I wanted to do something obviously orange because that's the second color of the rainbow, and I was looking up orange things. So on Pinterest, I literally just typed up orange things because I didn't want to just draw orange because I just feel like that would just be like a classic thing to do. I didn't want to just draw orange, so I ended up drawing the sun, and yes, the sun is yellow, But this reference drawing that I was looking at made the sun look a lot more orange than yellow, and it had some yellow accents to it, so I kind of just ran with that and made the sun more orange than yellow. I wanted to pull on the side that the sun was hot, you know what I mean? Like fire. It's a ball of fire in the sky. And that was the vibes from the artist whose reference picture I was looking at, and I kind of took that and ran with it. Yeah, I had the sun as orange instead of yellow, but that's okay because for yellow, I chose to do a banana, which is really cool. You guys are not looking at it right now, but I chose to do a banana, and there is also a big jump in that one too. I think it's a cool transition though. Anyway, I really like the way how this sun turned out. I ended up going over it with acrylic paint to add more details to it and more depth, which I really liked. And I like how it's going off to the next page. Speaking about next page, and the third color of the rainbow, what's a fruit that has the color yellow? If you said banana, you are correct. Yes, I am drawing a banana for the third page of this rainbow themed zine. And did you know they actually say a banana is a berry?
Yeah, I feel like I got told by somebody, or I heard somewhere, that they consider bananas a berry and that tomatoes are considered a fruit. In what alternate universe is tomatoes considered a fruit? Yeah, no, I don't accept.
Who even gets to make that up? Let's talk about that actually, because who even gets to make up what's a fruit and what's a vegetable? And their reasoning for that is because all fruits have seeds, and then supposedly vegetables don't.
Or vice versa.
That makes no sense. Does that make any sense to you guys? Because that makes absolutely no sense. It makes no sense because every living thing technically has to have a seed. Everything that produces has to have a seed. So that includes fruits and vegetables. And just because you can't physically see how big the fruit is, that doesn't mean it doesn't have a seed. Anyway, went on a little bit of a tangent there. This is basically the finished illustration of my third page in my zine. I just have to do the background and add a little bit of details. But yeah, that is the third one. Yay! Let's go on to the fourth. Number 4, green. So I realized with the zine, I haven't really been scrapbooking as much, which I think is one of the things that you do when you make a zine. You know what I mean? So I decided to add some more greenery to this page, and I wanted to have like a hill situation, like a layering thing. And I was watching Mariah Elizabeth as I was doing this. Her editing style is so good and like chaotic. It's kind of funny to see it spit up like this. And for the fourth page in my zine, I wanted to do an insect, and I ended up doing a green beetle. I've seen lots of artists draw this before, and beetles come up on my feed as like a trending thing to do, and I just haven't gotten around to doing it myself. And this was actually so much fun. I can understand why a lot of people draw beetles, and me personally, I kind of like drawing bugs anyway. Like, I'm really into moths and the different species and stuff, so it's cool. I will be drawing another insect later in this zine as well. Fun fact, I was a little bit more behind in uploading this video than I thought I would be, and I ended up recording this footage that you guys are seeing now the same day I ended up going live on my YouTube channel. So if you guys are able to be there on my YouTube live on Friday the 14th, give yourself a round of applause, and I'm gonna give myself a pat on the back, girl, because I really don't be going live. And that was a lot of fun. I also had a lot of fun creating this beetle. I wanted to incorporate more of the Crayola art supplies because I noticed I've been using a lot of my other art supplies, but I want to try to use just Crayola. Just because using Crayola art supplies for this zine was my original idea, though I didn't really completely stick to it. I did try though. I did end up going over it with the acrylic markers. I'm sorry, the paint markers are so good. And then, oh my gosh, I was so excited to do the blue one because it just brings back so much memories of drinking the blue juices. I showed you guys a picture of it on my Pinterest page, but it brings back so many memories. They're all very faint to me, but one thing I can remember is that the original bottles these juices came in was so hard to open. Oh my goodness, how hard was it to open this daggone bottle? And then they ended up changing the packaging, making it easier, which is great, but like, they will never be able to experience the struggle that we went through when we were younger to try to open these bottles. I don't even know what they're called, so I couldn't even tell you, but I did end up putting like a Kool-Aid sticker on it,
and calling it a day for this spread. With the indigo spread of this zine, I knew I wanted to do another insect, and the only indigo insect I could think of was a dragonfly. I was originally going to do a dragonfly for blue, but I realized that it is more indigo than just normal blue. How do you guys say the color of the rainbow? Because since I've been a little kid, I've always said it just red, orange, yellow, green, blue, purple. And I used to honestly get a little mad when people would be like, red, orange, yellow, green, blue, indigo, violet. That?
No, it's red, orange,
Yellow, green, blue,
indigo, and violet makes a rainbow.
Ugly. I did not like it when I was younger. Anyway, I ended up doing it the way my little kid self would not like, but only because I actually agree with it now. Anyway, there's not much footage recorded of me drawing the dragonfly or what I drew for Violet, but here's the finished spread, guys, or my finished zine. I did all the colors of the rainbow, and I really like this one. I think it's cute. I think it's cool. Hopefully this video was entertaining and it inspired you guys to possibly make your own zine. And yeah, let me know. And let's go on with the outro. You know what time it is. It's a Bible verse of the day. Bible verse of the video, and it's gonna come quick. Ready? You ready for it? For with God all things are possible. Luke 1, chapter 31. Luke 1, verse 37. I keep saying it wrong. Luke 1, verse 37. For with God nothing shall be impossible. With God all things are possible. Pretty self-explanatory. I could read it in the Amplified version, in the King James version, in the NIV version. It's with God all things are possible. With God nothing is impossible. So yeah, that's the verse of the day. If you want an example of this, I'm supposed to be posting this video today, and I forgot to record this part. And I didn't record the outro. But I'm going to get this video out today, because with God all things are possible. Amen? Hey. So yeah, guys, I hope you guys enjoyed today's video. I don't have a real-time outro of me saying it like I normally do for my videos, but I hope you guys enjoyed today's video. Make sure you guys like, subscribe, and tell me what was your favorite part. I love you guys, and I hope you have a fantastic, perfect, blessed day, and I'll catch you in the next video.